Good morning to the honorable judges, loving teachers, fellow friends, and audiences. My name is Steve Mary, and I'm going to tell you a story entitled The Sage and the Mouse. There lived the famous sage in the dense forest. Every day, the animals of the forest would came to him to listen to his spiritual preachings. They would gather around the meditating sage, and the sage would tell them the good things of life. There was also a little mouse living in the same forest. He too used to go to the sage daily to listen to his preachings. One day, while he was roaming in the forest to collect berries for the sage, he was attacked by a big cat who was watching him from behind the thick bushes. The mouse was scared. He ran straight to the ashram of the sage. There, he lay prostrate before the sage and narrated to him the whole story in a trembling voice. In the meantime, the cat also arrived there and requested the sage to allow him to take his prey. The sage was in a phase. He thought for a moment, and then, with his divine powers, transformed the mouse into a bigger cat. Seeing a huge cat before him, the other cat ran away. Now, the mouse was carefree. He began to roam around in the forest like a big cat. He meowed loudly to frighten other animals. He fought with other cats to take revenge on them, and in this way, killed many of them. The mouse had hardly enjoyed a few carefree days of his life, when one day, a fox pounced upon him. This was a new problem. He had never taken into account that there were yet bigger animals who could easily maul him and tear him into pieces. He ran for his life. He somehow saved himself from the fox and ran straight to the sage for help. The fox too was in his hot pursuit. Soon, both of them stood before the sage. The sage, seeing the plight of the mouse this time, transformed the mouse into a bigger fox. Seeing a big fox before him, the other fox ran away. The mouse became more carefree and began roaming around in the forest more freely with his newly acquired status of a big fox. But his happiness was short-lived. One day, while he was roaming in the forest freely, a tiger pounced upon him. The mouse somehow managed to save his life and, as usual, ran to take shelter in the ashram of the sage. The sage, once again, took pity on the mouse and transformed him into a tiger. Now, the mouse, after acquiring the status of a tiger, roamed fearlessly in the forest. He killed many animals in the forest unnecessarily. After having been transformed into a tiger, the mouse had become all-powerful for the forest animals. He behaved like a king and commanded his subjects. But one thing always has bothered his mind and kept him worried, and that was the divine powers of the sage. What if one day, for some reason or the other, the sage becomes angry with me and brings me back to my original status? He would think, worried. Ultimately, he decided something, and one day he came to the sage, roaring loudly. He said to the sage, "I'm hungry. I want to eat you so that I can enjoy all those divine powers which you do. Allow me to kill you." Hearing these words, the sage became very angry. Sensing the tiger's evil designs, he immediately transformed the tiger back into the mouse. The worst had happened. Now, the mouse realized his folly. He apologized for the sake of his evil actions and requested the sage to allow him to change into a tiger again. But the sage drove the mouse away by beating him with a stick. The moral of the story is, even after having a huge success. Thank you.
Thank you.